When you look at a Sigma male, you might notice something strange. He's often alone. No group around him. No circle of friends, just him. And at first glance, it looks like a choice. Like he prefers life that way. But the truth is deeper and a little sad. Sigma males are often alone not because they want to be, but because the world they live in doesn't match how they think. They see things differently. They move with purpose, not popularity. They speak when something matters, not just to fill silence. And most people don't get that. Most people don't stay around for that. That's why Sigma males can go years without a close friend. That's why they feel alone even in a room full of people. They don't blend in. They don't pretend. And they don't lower their standards just to be liked. This video breaks down 6 powerful and honest reasons why Sigma males often have 0 friends. Some of these reasons are hard to hear. Some might even sound unfair. But they explain exactly why these men end up walking alone, no matter how brilliant or kind they might be. Because being a Sigma isn't about rejecting others. It's about surviving in a world that doesn't always understand you. Reason number 1. They value privacy over popularity. Sigma males keep their personal lives locked down. They don't share much. They don't post every move. And they don't open up quickly. This makes it hard for people to connect with them. Most friendships today are built on constant sharing, daily updates, and casual talk. Sigma males don't do that. They keep things private. They believe in guarding their space. Their thoughts, emotions, routines, these things are not for everyone to see. They don't need to share what they're doing just to feel seen. And that confuses people. Others think they're cold or distant, but really, they're just guarded. When someone tries to get close, the Sigma male doesn't push them away, but he doesn't invite them in easily either. He watches. He listens. He waits. He tests people quietly before letting them get close. Most people don't have the patience for that. They move on to someone more open, more easygoing. This habit leaves Sigma males alone, not because they hate people, but because they won't trade their privacy for popularity. They don't want fake closeness. They want real trust. And trust to them takes time. Even in conversations, Sigma males don't open up fast. They might seem quiet or even boring at first. They don't share secrets. They don't tell their full story. They listen more than they speak. That makes it hard for people to feel a connection. Most people want excitement, instant chemistry, someone who's fun and open. Sigma males take the opposite approach. Over time, this creates distance. People don't feel seen by the Sigma. They feel like he's holding back. And in many ways, he is. He's protecting himself. He's avoiding small talk. He's saving energy for something that actually matters. Privacy is also how Sigma males keep their peace. They've seen how quickly people judge, gossip, or twist information. They'd rather say nothing than deal with that mess. But the cost is real. That silence keeps most people at arm's length. In a world that values exposure, the Sigma male chooses silence. In a world that pushes oversharing, he chooses control. And in a world that says more friends means more happiness, he walks alone. Because to him, fake friendships aren't worth the price of losing his privacy. Reason number 2, their standards are too high. Sigma males don't make friends just to have someone around. They're not interested in surface-level connection or casual bonding. If someone's going to be in their life, they have to bring real value. Loyalty, honesty, depth. That's their standard. And most people simply don't meet it. This doesn't mean they expect perfection. But they do expect alignment. They expect people to be real, to be consistent, to be strong enough to stand on their own, but honest enough to admit when they're wrong. And that's rare. Many people change depending on who they're with. They say one thing and do another. They chase attention. They play games. Sigma males see through that instantly, and they don't tolerate it. That's why even when they meet someone who seems interesting at first, they usually back off. If they sense weakness, manipulation, or fakeness, they walk away. Quietly, quickly, and without needing to explain. Their standards also apply to how people treat time. Sigma males respect time. They don't like late arrivals, broken plans, or wasted conversation. They expect others to be reliable. If someone isn't, they're cut off. Not with anger, just with distance. This might sound harsh, but to the Sigma male it's about survival. Life is already complicated. He doesn't want to manage flaky people. He doesn't want to teach adults how to act like adults. He just wants real, solid, honest people around him, and that's rare. This standard also pushes away potential friends who feel judged. People sense the Sigma male's quiet expectations. They feel like they're being watched, like they have to prove themselves, and most people don't like that pressure. So they leave. Over time, the Sigma ends up alone, not because he hates people, but because very few meet the bar. The ones who do, he keeps them for life. But those people are almost impossible to find. So while others build big friend groups quickly, Sigma males wait years just to find one real connection. And often, that search never ends. They'd rather be alone with their standards intact than surrounded by people who don't measure up. That's not pride, it's protection. Reason number 3. They avoid social energy drain. Spending time with others might seem easy, even fun to most people. But to Sigma males, it's different. Social settings often feel like a drain, not because they dislike people, but because they feel everything. The energy in the room, the tension in conversations, the fake smiles, the small talk. It all takes a toll. That's why Sigma males stay away from social crowds, even if they're invited. They don't see the point in showing up just to be polite. If the conversation doesn't go deep, they lose interest fast. If the vibe isn't honest, they shut down. That makes parties, casual hangouts, and group chats exhausting. Most people don't notice the cost of social energy. They move from person to person, chat to chat, with no issue. But Sigma males feel each interaction deeply. They overanalyze what's said and what's not said. They notice tone, body language, word choice. All of it adds up. All of it wears them down. That's why they often choose solitude. They'd rather recharge than pretend to be interested. They'd rather go on a long walk alone than sit at a table filled with surface-level talk. To outsiders, this can look like cold behavior. But to the Sigma, it's just survival. They protect their energy like other people protect their money. Because once it's gone, it's gone. And it takes time to refill. That's why Sigma males plan their social life carefully. If something's going to cost them emotionally, it better be worth it. This habit pushes people away. Friends who want constant connection feel ignored. People who love big gatherings feel confused when the Sigma male says no. Over time, these differences become too big to ignore. So the friendships fade. Some people take it personally. They think the Sigma male is being rude or distant. But he's not. He's just trying to protect his mind. He knows that constant interaction leads to burnout. And burnout means failure. So he pulls back. He creates space. He limits how many people he talks to. And in doing so, he ends up alone. Not out of hate, but out of need. This choice isn't always easy. It can feel lonely. But to the Sigma male, losing his energy is worse than losing fake connection. That's why he stays quiet. That's why he walks alone. Reason number 4. They set boundaries that push people away. Sigma males are clear about what they will and won't allow. They don't bend just to make people happy. They don't say yes when they mean no, and they don't give access to people who drain them. That kind of clarity sounds good, but in reality, it often pushes others away. Most people are used to soft boundaries. They expect friends to always be available, always say yes, and always go along with the group. But Sigma males live by a different code. They set hard lines and they don't explain them. If someone crosses a line, the Sigma male doesn't argue. He disappears. For example, if a friend lies once, the Sigma might forgive. If it happens again, he walks away. If someone makes fun of him in public, there's no warning. He just cuts ties. If someone is always late, always negative, or always playing victim, he won't deal with it. He exits. This firmness shocks people. They think he's being dramatic, but he's not. He's protecting his space, his peace, and his time. Sigma males don't believe in dragging out bad connections. They end them fast. The problem is, Most people don't understand that kind of discipline. They see it as cold. They think real friends should be more flexible. But Sigma males don't believe in lowering their standards just to keep someone around. This leads to isolation. Over time, the Sigma builds walls, not out of fear but out of experience. He's learned that most people test boundaries. They push limits. They expect forgiveness over and over. And he's not willing to play that game. Even when he finds a decent connection, he moves slow. He watches for red flags. He tests people with silence, with distance, with time. And if they fail, he walks. No argument, no drama, just quiet separation. This creates a pattern: brief friendships, strong boundaries, sudden exits. People don't stick around. They can't handle the pressure of being held to a higher standard, so they leave or get left. To the Sigma male, this is better than staying in fake friendships, but it still leaves him alone. His boundaries keep him safe, but they also build walls that few can cross. And while he won't change his rules, he still feels the cost. The silence, the distance, the emptiness that sometimes creeps in. But to him, fake friendship isn't worth losing himself. Reason number 5, they don't seek shared identities. Most people bond through shared identity. They join clubs, they wear the same clothes, they follow the same sports, same music, same trends. That shared identity creates fast connection. It's easy to feel like friends when you have something in common. But Sigma males don't do that. They don't follow the crowd. They don't join groups just to belong. They stand alone. And because of that, they often miss out on the quick friendships that come from shared identity. They don't fake interests just to fit in. If a group is talking about something they don't care about, they stay quiet. If everyone's doing something they find pointless, they don't join. That makes them look distant, maybe even arrogant. But they're just being honest. This habit makes it hard to click with others. People bond over common ground. And when the Sigma male doesn't offer that, the connection doesn't grow. He might be in the same room, but he's not part of the group. He also avoids labels. He doesn't call himself part of a scene or a crew. He resists identity politics, team mindsets, and herd behavior. He wants to be free. Free from influence, free from image, free from groupthink. But that freedom comes at a price. No shared identity means no instant connection, no automatic in. He has to build every relationship from scratch, and most people don't want to work that hard. They want easy bonding. The Sigma male doesn't give them that. He also avoids fake bonding. He won't pretend to like something just to fit in. If the group is talking about something he finds shallow, he won't fake interest. That honesty often turns people off. They feel judged. They feel rejected. And they walk away. Over time, this builds a pattern. The Sigma shows up, doesn't blend, and ends up alone. Not because he's rude, but because he refuses to fake it. He won't change just to be accepted. And while that choice gives him freedom, it also brings silence. While others find community, he finds himself standing apart. While others build groups, he walks alone. He values truth over belonging, but that choice often leaves him without connection, and that's the price he quietly pays. Reason number 6, they process conflict through distance. Most people deal with conflict by talking it out. They confront the issue. They argue, explain, or try to fix things face to face. But Sigma males do it differently. When something goes wrong, they don't yell. They don't fight. They step away, sometimes forever. To the Sigma male, distance is how he thinks clearly. When a friendship gets tense or uncomfortable, his first move isn't to start a debate. It's to get quiet. He pulls back. He reflects. He watches. He checks to see if the problem is worth solving. This can confuse people. One day, everything feels fine. The next, the Sigma is distant. Not rude. Not angry. Just gone. Friends don't always get closure. They don't always get an explanation. That silence feels cold, but to the Sigma, it's just how he processes. He believes time and space reveal truth. If someone respects the connection, they'll notice the distance and try to fix things. If they don't care, they won't notice or won't bother. Either way, the Sigma learns something from that silence. But most people don't like this method. They see it as avoidance. They want quick answers. They want someone to talk it out right away. The Sigma doesn't work like that. He values calm thinking over emotional reaction. He's not trying to hurt anyone. He's trying to protect himself from saying something wrong or reacting out of anger. He needs space to figure out how he feels and what the relationship really means. The problem is that space often becomes permanent. If the other person doesn't reach out, the Sigma moves on. If trust was broken, he may never return. He believes once respect is gone, the connection is too. This habit leaves him alone, not because he doesn't care, but because he doesn't handle conflict the way most people do. He doesn't chase after people. He doesn't beg to be understood. He waits. He observes. And most of the time, people walk away first. That pattern builds over time. One broken connection after another. One silent goodbye after another. Until the Sigma is alone, not angry, not bitter, just done. It's a sad truth. But for him, it feels cleaner. Less noise, less pain, more peace. And even though it leaves him without friends, he still chooses distance over drama. Every single time. Sigma males don't set out to be alone. But over time, they drift into it. Not because they're cold, but because their values push people away. Privacy, standards, energy, boundaries, truth, distance. These things matter more to them than comfort, and it costs them friendships. They don't fake connection. They don't lower their guard. They don't stay in shallow relationships just to feel accepted. And that honesty leaves them standing apart from most people, even when they wish they weren't. The saddest part is, many Sigma males want connection, but only the kind that's real, deep, and built on respect. And in a world full of noise and ego, that kind of bond is rare. So they walk alone. Not out of pride, but out of principle. Not because they don't care, but because they care too much to fake it. If you've ever felt this, or if you know someone like this, you understand. Sometimes the strongest people carry the quietest pain. Let us know what part hit you hardest, or just sit with it. Because sometimes silence says more than words ever could.